We like to throw the fixtures in at this point just to see the impact of those drop points for Manchester City this evening. What changes, Gary?
Liverpool gained some confidence. I don't think Manchester City dropped too much confidence. But there's a lot to go. I mean, you look at those fixtures and you think which ones are the difficult ones, which are the ones that the teams will pick up points. But then you throw the Champions League quarter-finals in. We don't know which teams they're going to draw against yet. But you can imagine those games, the 5th and 6th of April and the 12th and 13th of April. You throw two big Champions League games in around that Liverpool and Manchester City game, and you've got a lot to contend with in terms of your squad. So all these things, Burnley becomes tougher, Wolves becomes tougher for Manchester City. On the other side, Watford become a little bit tougher, and Villa for Liverpool away. You know, Liverpool have got Villa away after Champions League quarter-final there. You know, these games that might look more simple become a lot more difficult when you throw those big European nights in the midst of it as well.
Do timings have an impact as well, Jamie? Liverpool right now have got 2 games before City play again at Burnley. If they take 4 points from Arsenal and Watford, they'll be top by virtue of goal difference. Does that then start to change the mentality, given that City was so far ahead at one point?
100%. I think for so long in the last few weeks, City have been 6 points ahead of Liverpool, but they've had the game in hand. But it's still 6 points. You've still got to go and win that game. I do feel the next game on Wednesday at Arsenal is absolutely huge. I think if Liverpool could win away at Arsenal, I think psychologically that would really hurt City. You heard Bernardo Silva then still saying that, you know, we're still favourites. Liverpool have still got to come to our stadium, and I totally agree with that. But Arsenal away and Man City away are the 2 big problems in Liverpool's fixture list. Manchester City watching at home, Liverpool win at Arsenal and go within. Well, I'm lost.
A point.
In with a point, and then they play Watford. If Liverpool could actually, and listen, it's not easy, but if you get Wednesday out the way, you'd expect them to beat Watford at home, and then it's okay. Manchester City, what can you do away at Burnley? And then Man City got Liverpool, Wolves. So I actually think the fixtures for the next 4 games for Liverpool and the next 3 for Manchester City could play a massive part. I know there's still games to go and the, you know, twists and turns, but I do look at the fixture list and think the toughest games are sort of right upon us right now. And it'll be really interesting where both teams are, sort of after Wolves away and Aston Villa away.
City can still get 97, Liverpool can still get 96. But there's that game where they play each other. Could come down to that, couldn't it?
It could, because we know that these teams, you know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I'd be sat here now saying there's such a long way to go. Both teams will drop points on the way in, because that's how it always was. But these 2 teams have gone at it in years gone by, last few years, and not dropped points. They just win every game. Liverpool have won the last 8. City have won, what was the record you said before? Something like
16 out of 18 before tonight.
Before tonight. I mean, it's obscene. The records are incredible. To be where they're at that level and continually doing it at this point of the season when they're still in all the competitions is absolutely fantastic. So the years gone by theories of sort of dropping points on the way doesn't apply. So you're right, that game in a couple of weeks is huge. Psychologically, Bernardo Silva's referred to it already. You always hear these players who say we'll concentrate on the next game, but that game is in the players' minds.
We are watching 2 of the greatest teams we've seen in the Premier League here. Obviously, you've played in some great teams. You have the Arsenal teams, the Chelsea teams, different Man City teams. Even if, you know, this Liverpool team don't win the league this year and City end up winning it, that would make maybe 3 and 4 years. And the Liverpool team end up with 1 league title. I don't know. But we are these are the 2 best teams in Europe. No doubt about that for me. These are the 2 best teams in Europe. They're both in our league, and these are 2 of the best teams we've ever seen in the Premier League. You can see by the points totals that they get.
I think Liverpool are really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. And that's not it's an awful thing. It's an awful thing to say.
They still got to go there and get something.
Yeah. And I would love it. I love it.
No, honestly, I just look at those 5 strikers that they've got, and you're going into the last part of the season knowing that you can win an awful lot of football matches with those 5 up front, where City don't have that same luxury in attacking areas.